So first, let me thank Chairman Smith for authoring his bill, the Human Trafficking Prioritization Act. The fight against modern-day slavery has long been a priority for this committee. The annual report and country rankings by the State Department's Trafficking Office have turned trafficking into a global policy priority, but this annual work is a tug-of-war between those charged with assessing trafficking conditions and State officials concerned with the potential diplomatic fallout from stating very hard truths. This bill is intended to help level the playing field by elevating the Trafficking Office to a bureau without additional cost or personnel. Next, we have 4411, Hezbollah International Financing Prevention Act. It was good to work with Mr. Meadows and Mr. Schneider and Mr. Engel on this critical legislation. The threat posed by Hezbollah's global operations, aided by a vast financial network, has exploded. In 2011, we saw the tip of the iceberg when a massive drug and money laundering operation for Hezbollah's benefit in weapons, logistics, and training were uncovered. To increase the risk in dealing with Hezbollah, the bill would target those financial institutions that knowingly do business with what has been called the A-team of terrorists. Then 4640 is the Western Hemisphere Drug Policy Commission Act, sponsored by Mr. Engel. The ranking member has been deeply involved in these issues, as has Subcommittee Chairman Salmon. The bill establishes an independent commission to conduct a comprehensive review and make recommendations on U.S. efforts to reduce the supply of illicit drugs. This includes an evaluation of the link between the illegal narcotics trade in this hemisphere and terrorist activities around the world. H.R. 4653 will continue the good work of the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom. The Commission is an independent body of distinguished experts who advocate for the first freedom of religious practice. This function has become even more critical as the State Department has dropped the ball in prioritizing religious freedom. So the Department has failed to make the required annual designations of the countries of particular concern for religious freedom violations since 2011. And the Ambassador-at-Large position for international religious freedom has been vacant now for a total of more than 3 years. So this bill carries forward the important work of this streamlined body and includes some needed management improvements. House Resolution 435 addresses the case of U.S. citizen Robert Levinson, who disappeared in Iran 7 years ago. The Iranian regime has continually obstructed U.S. government efforts to investigate his disappearance, despite promises of assistance. And this individual and his family deserve our every effort to secure his freedom and safe return home. And I want to commend Mr. Deutsch for his relentless efforts to securing Mr. Levinson's release. House Resolution 562 voices U.S. support for our relations with Moldova and for that country's sovereignty. They have had a long, difficult path. Democratic reforms have not come easily, but the Moldovan people have absolutely preserved in their expressed desire to join more fully with the West and with Europe. And recently, the Russian government has enforced trade embargoes and threatened the cutoff of energy supplies as consequences. This resolution stands by Moldova, and we urge its support. Finally, House Resolution 588, the Democratic Republic of the Congo has suspended exit permits for Congolese children adopted by foreign parents, affecting hundreds of families. And at this time, I would just like to briefly recognize the families that are here today from across the United States who have been impacted by the actions of the Congolese government. We're going to ask them to stand for a minute, those who are here, the families, if you would. And I want them to know we will continue to do everything we can for your families. Thank you very much for attending this hearing today. And as you can see, some of them are holding pictures of their adopted children. These children are barred from leaving the country to join with their parents here, even though the courts have declared these parents as their legal guardians. 900 American cases are caught up in this adoption limbo, and that breaks a lot of hearts here in the United States, and it breaks a lot of hearts of children in Congo. I witnessed firsthand the power of providing a child with a loving home when my Chief of Staff, Amy Porter, who's here with us, adopted internationally, and these children must be allowed to make their way to homes that desperately want to care for these children. Congressional approval of this resolution, of course, will send a strong message to Kinshasa that we need to unite these families. I now recognize the ranking member for his remarks on the en bloc items.